Target for more snow, more sleet, and even freezing rain tonight.
It's Winter Storm Thor's last blast, but it's already been a nightmare for some.
We've been stuck since like 10:15 last night, and the snow has piled up so high. When we open the car doors, it pushes the snow out of the way. 45 miles of interstate that was just at a standstill.
It's like slick patches of ice everywhere.
Just slow down.
Now, when we talk about a travel nightmare, it really doesn't get much worse than this. Several tractor trailers jackknifed after being unable to negotiate the hill. This was on Interstate 65 near Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And you see the result. Hundreds of cars stopped in the snow with no way to get out.
Right now, 30 miles of I-65 remains closed in two places in central Kentucky. Now, we'll have more on Thor just minutes away, but Kentucky was one of those ground zero spots.
And there's more breaking news that we're following. Delta Airlines Flight 1086 from Atlanta to New York slid off the runway at LaGuardia Airport around 11 this morning. No official cause of the accident yet, but it was snowing at the time. All 132 passengers and crew made it off the plane safely. You're actually looking at video from one of those passengers after they got off the plane.
But take a look at video from another passenger inside the wrecked plane.
Okay, we going out that way or this way?
This way is fine. You can come this way also.
We're going to slide. We don't have the slides. We're going to have to slide off.
Well, we just heard from the New York Fire Department, and they tell us that they treated 28 of these people for minor injuries. 5 people were taken to the hospital, but their injuries are not considered life-threatening.
Yeah, it had to be a scary few minutes, and it looked like those folks didn't have access to the slide, so they just kind of had to hop off the plane, or you could see some of them stepping on the wings. You're looking at another picture that just shows how close that plane got from just kind of sliding over into the East River as well.
Yeah, that would have been perhaps a tragedy if that had happened, for sure. Well, we're glad everybody got off safely, and that the people who are injured, and they were mostly minor injuries, recover fully.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on a busy Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Now we turn our focus to the winter storm Thor that's still going on. You know, we're not yet done with this thing.
No.
Take a look at the 32-degree line and how it's set up in the east right now.
Right. We still have that rain falling across parts of the Carolinas and southeast Virginia, but Norfolk, you're going to get in on the wintry precip. You're expecting freezing rain for your late day commute getting into the dinner time hours. Places into central Virginia have already made that change, and in Richmond, it's the wintry mix that will give way to snow for you. Dave.
So here we go, sports fans. Interstate 95 is big time impacted here today. From Richmond up to Washington, D.C., it is snowing, and in many cases, heavily. Notice the dark blue here. That is moderate to heavy snow. That's visibility down to 1/4 mile, 1/2 mile. It's now down to the point where once you get a look at the car in front of you, 1/4 mile away, if you had to hit the brake right now on these snowpack roads, you wouldn't. You would not be able to do it. So we have reached that point where you cannot safely brake until you're so far behind the next car or truck, you can't even see them. So it's almost impossible task to stay safe. You just got to be slow or be home. Don't even venture out in this. You know, a couple of more hours, this is going to be over. We can see the back edge of it here in Roanoke. They're just reporting cloudy skies, a few flurries. So if you can, wait until this clears. 95 and 85 and we'll be okay. Now, at the same time, the weather's going downhill on 65 between Richmond and Norfolk. That 32-degree line is heading southward, turning rain to freezing rain, and even some light snow out here in Norfolk. Snow is tapering off, fortunately, around Philadelphia. Harrisburg, flurries. Baltimore, just some light snow. D.C., a dusting more. Southern Delaware and into the eastern shore of Maryland, it's still snowing heavily, so watch it out here from Warsaw over to Salisbury and Georgetown, Delaware. A couple of more inches are likely here. D.C., just a little snow next couple of hours, then slow clear and very cold by morning. Alex, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dave. You know, you just showed the D.C. forecast. We've got feet on the ground there as well. We want to send it out to Rick Adams, who is live. And Rick, last hour you were getting accosted by snowballs. Now it looks like you've got some friends.
That's right, Alex. Yeah, we're making a lot of friends up here on the mall, here in the nation's capital, where the snow's coming down pretty thick and fast, and I can tell you that we are now reading around 3.8 inches from National Weather Service here, which is sneaking up on that record we're looking for, 4.4, which is the most amount in a day set in 1888, back at the beginning of National Geographic Society's inherited, when it began then. Anyway, so you know what I'm saying. But major cancellations in all major airports here locally and up the road. So basically, the knock-on effect of the snow is hitting travel, as we know, but it's also actually causing problems and delays for the for Amtrak as well. So lots of problems with the snow, but and also other problems in the sense of learning things. A bit of a problem for GW University with these ladies, and we're about to make your debut on the Weather Channel. Kind of exciting. This is one of your dreams, isn't it?
It is. Since I was very little.
Okay, and what's your name?
Gracie.
Gracie, right. So you've always wanted to be on the show.
I have.
Unfortunately, Jim Cantori isn't here. You're a bit disappointed.
No, you're just as good. It's totally fine.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So tell us, what's your name?
I'm Hannah.
Hannah. So what were you doing today? You were going to be doing something important.
Yep, I had my public diplomacy midterm, but it was canceled today, so got to hang out in the snow instead.
All right. So how did that make you feel, Maxie?
It was awesome. They didn't call school until 5 a.m., so we were all waiting, studying for our midterms. But when they called it was fantastic.
So could you recreate that moment? I'm going to call you. I'm sorry, the exams were cancelled today. 3, 2, 1, go.
Actually, we got a text.
Oh, you got a text?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so modern now. It's just how it is. Okay, fantastic. Well, we hope you guys have a nice snow day. Does that mean the exams on tomorrow?
No, I'm going home.
Okay. Oh.
Spring break.
Spring break! This is spring, right? It's hard to imagine, really, isn't it? That's for sure. I'm sorry I'm not Jim Cantori, but I can do my British Jim Cantori for you. Oh, my goodness! Oh, thunder snow! Oh, my goodness! All right. Anyway, back to you guys at the studio.
Rick, I gotta ask those girls, wouldn't they have rather taken the exam today if they were up all night studying anyway?
So Alex is saying, would you rather have taken the exam, you know, because you've stayed up all night, presumably cramming and drinking coffee?
Yeah, I did until like 11, and then I decided that I'm probably going to get a snow day, so I stopped.
Oh.
But I'm ready for when I do take it.
Oh, okay, she's ready. She's
yeah,
ready.
After break.
All right, well, good luck.
Yeah, I know I would have rather done it when I've got the full brain, Rick. After spring break, there wouldn't be many brain cells left, I guess, at that point. Hey, let's talk about what's happening with Thor now. Thank you so much, Rick. We're going to be checking in with you again. We've seen that transition to the wintry mix in places like Richmond with snow gradually working in. So I think Richmond, you're going to see those flakes sooner rather than later. For Newark, it's light snow falling with winds gusting over 20 miles an hour. You are under a ground stop at Newark. That's why you see the red. And red in Philadelphia, PHL reporting heavy snow at the airport. And so that is causing problems at your airport. You are also under a ground stop. We'll take it down to D.C. Right now, there is snow in the area. Ground stop also recorded for you until 5. The red indicating the delays that were in place before the ground stop. So D.C., they've had to do the ground stop because of the snow. Things will lighten up, though, as we get into the later hours of today and especially tonight. For most places, safer down into Virginia and North Carolina. We'll be right back.
A winter storm warning is in effect for our area. Currently in our area, 30 degrees with heavy snow. Our local Doppler radar. For tonight, snow early, low 12. Chance of snow 90%. Snow accumulations less than 1 inch. For Friday, mainly sunny, high 30. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills.